Watch KSTV weeknights at 7:30 and 11 Eastern, and anytime with Inside On Demand on Channel 103.
Jodie, thank you for joining us. First of all, happy birthday.
Thanks for having me.
I know this is probably the highlight of your birthday. You don't have to flatter us, but you got anything special planned today?
Nothing special. Just hanging out with some friends and family. Going to my sister's volleyball game, so
there you
just
go.
enjoying the day.
Looking good in that national champion shirt, I might add. But
yeah, man, I had to wear it for this.
Obviously, big news. You're now on the Lakers, a team that is going to be a super team. You got, of course, Kobe Bryant, Dwight Howard, Pau Gasol, Steve Nash, a lot of other guys. Just talk to us about joining a team like that. That's not only a prestigious team, but it's expected to be very, very good this season.
Yeah, I mean, that was definitely appealing when I was making my decision. So I wanted to go to a situation where the team wasn't rebuilding, and I had opportunity to compete for a championship, but also, get a lot of playing time and help the team out also. So I think it's a perfect fit.
We went to Twitter and kind of asked some questions earlier. One of them came from a guy named Wildcat Corey, who always watches the show. He wanted to know if you're going to sit down with Kobe Bryant and say, I scored 54 points on Tennessee. Pass me the ball. I can score too. You going to have that conversation with Kobe?
I don't think I'll have that kind of conversation, but I'm hoping I'll yell for it. But, it's definitely his team, and it's been his team for a long time. So I'm the type of player that just is about winning and is about trying to fit in and not to step on anybody's toes. Of course, I'll be aggressive when I get in and, things like that. But I'm just looking forward to playing alongside of him and, the other great players on the team.
Kentucky now, they're sending a lot of guys to the NBA every year. But when you came out, it was kind of a rebirth, the start of the last couple of years. What advice would you give to those young guys? Something you learned your rookie season, just something to be prepared for starting in the NBA?
I think just be patient. I think, coming into the NBA, you're not used to not starting. You're not used to not playing. You're used to playing whenever you want to. And, the NBA is the best players in the world. So it'll happen for them. You just have to be patient and keep working on your game regardless of the playing time or the shots you get or anything like that. I think my first year I didn't really play as much as I would want to, but I stayed patient and stayed, working hard. And my second year I got an opportunity to start and, made the most of it.
And another question from Twitter. Clayton Kate wants to ask, I'm sure you've been asked this question a lot, but when you left to go to the NBA, you're obviously in a good position to get drafted. You had a remarkable season at Kentucky. But the next year, they had this loaded team under John Calipari. Do you ever wish a little bit that you had a chance to play with Calipari, even though you've done so well for yourself in the NBA?
I think about it sometimes. I don't regret the decision I made. I mean, coming out of college, I think I was averaging, close to 25 points and stuff like that. So everybody was saying I was going to go top 20 in the draft. Obviously, I slipped, but I don't think there was anything else I could have done in college. I think my stock was as high as it could have been, and I was ready to move on. I think we definitely would have had a great team my senior year and, more than likely win the championship. But as far as myself, you have to be selfish in that regard because you never know what can happen. The year before I got injured and only played 9 or 10 games. So if that would happen again, I would have been pretty upset with myself for not moving on. So I had to do what's best for me at that point.
You're obviously a big supporter of the program, still wearing your national championship shirt. What do you think of the state of Kentucky basketball these days? Obviously, it won the national championship. John Calipari has things going in the very good direction. What's your impression of the state of Kentucky basketball now as a fan and an alumni of the program?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Calipari's done a great job of, bringing back, championships and notoriety. I think when I was there for 3 years, people still, were excited about the basketball, but not like they are now, top recruits every year, Final Fours, national championships. So, I'm definitely a fan and watch as many times as I can, when we're not playing and, I'm happy for him in the program. But it would have been nice to play for a national championship my senior year, but like I said, I had to do what's best for, myself. And I think, my time there was still a great experience and I had a lot of fun.
And your final season, of course, was highlighted by 54 points against Tennessee, All-American season. But hindsight, it was kind of the undoing of the Billy Gillispie area. We've heard stories of how tough things were at times with him. When you look back at that time, I know personally you had such great numbers that got you to the NBA. You really grew as a player. Do you have mixed emotions because of the coaching staff or kind of how things went in that regard?
Well, that's the past. I really don't want to talk about, him or anything that happened with him. I had a lot of fun. My experience was great. I think my teammates were great to me, and we had a lot of fun, and we were a very close-knit group. Whatever happened after that with the coaching staff and all that is kind of irrelevant because we didn't really, pay attention to that. We were just trying to have fun in college as young kids and try to experience that. And also, I had a great season my junior year. I think the only reason I didn't get, first team All-American and the notoriety that I think I should have is because the team wasn't as successful as, the team after that and the teams that, Coach Calipari has. I had a great season and didn't get, the proper accolades, I think, because of winning. That's why winning is so important to me.
And before we let you go, we got one more question from Facebook from Nick Coleman. He wants to know, the 54 points is kind of what everybody remembers you for, that one defining moment. What's your favorite memory of your time at Kentucky?
Just the how the fans, take you in. I think, from day one after you sign your letter of intent. They didn't have Facebook or Twitter when I was coming in, but now they have, Twitter guidelines and Facebook, stuff like that. So I think just the fans, how they perceive you and they take you in. And, it's kind of like playing on an NBA team, but except you're in college because there's no NBA team in Lexington or in the state of Kentucky. So I think just how the fans take you in, and they're the greatest fans in the world to me. So I think, looking back on my playing days at Kentucky, I think, just the support of the fans.
Well, Mark Krebs and I talked yesterday. We think Mark Curry really missed out by being on Twitter. That would have been a good one to follow. Jodie, thank you very much for joining us again. Happy birthday, and hopefully look forward to talking to you. If not, best of luck this season.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me.